All right, it's Tuesday. A lot going on in the markets. Let's go through it. U.S.-Iran agreement to open the Strait of Hormuz is continuing to trigger major capital rotation out of oil and into fixed income and financials. The de-escalation is lifting the euro economic sentiment, and the macro data reveals some issues between global industrial supply and consumer demand. We recently released a news feature within Signal Deck, which is pretty cool because you can go into the general news feed and kind of look through what's going on in the morning. So it looks like the USD is unchanged. Robinhood cuts 10% of workforce. Let's see what else we got. Solana Treasury resists consolidation push. Bitcoin, new ETF from BlackRock. Pretty cool. And then when you go into the trades, you can see the news. So we'll be looking at that this morning. First, I want to look at SpaceX because there's been a lot of movement in SpaceX since the IPO on Friday. We had a buy order on Friday. It didn't fill, so waited for the next day for it to surpass the Friday high. And we had a buy order at 177.04, and it filled at 177. So at this point, SpaceX is up 4% from yesterday's 20%, nearly 20% high. I think there's some news going on with Cursor and SpaceX. Let's see. Should probably add a filter on that. Let's see what's going on with SpaceX. SpaceX agrees to buy AI coding agent Cursor for $60 billion, which is going to further feed their AI initiative. So what we're seeing is all the capitals fleeing other stuff and going into SpaceX because this stock just continues to rise. This morning we may add to the position on a 15-minute roll. So we'll be watching that, seeing where it goes. Let's go through our trades, see how they're doing. PCSC was a consolidation play. Price went up, triggered, and then went back down. But it's on low volume, so I'm not too worried about it. The high stop remains. Okay. Google. Google had a uptrend bottom play floating around where we got our fill, and the stop is below the bounce. So we're going to be in this for a minute. CVS was an uptrend bottom. That was a high tight pullback. Looks like it was a stop hunt yesterday, and pre-market down just below. So we're going to keep that stop underneath the May 14th high while we see if this is a pullback or not. Okay, AMKR posted this on Twitter this morning. This was another consolidation play. Price bounced around, filled, prices out of it. We expected it to test the breakout bar, lower volume. This is looking pretty good. This is from our box scanner, which I'll be showing you that later in the call. So I'm going to do this as a sign of strength. Remains. PBI was a high and tight. This was not a, whoops. Prices forming a pullback. We have the stop underneath that stop hunt. May consider a moving stop to that low. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put an alert here. Okay. RTX was from the box scanner. This is a sit and wait type of situation with a high target. So we just continue to sit and wait. Okay. Robinhood, I don't have any labels on this. Let's see. Pre-market 98.7. So basically holding pretty firm on yesterday's breakout. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. Okay. Consolidator on LIN. Getting some selling pressure. CMRE. Is this a pullback? Uptrend bottom. So basically testing the pullback. We had a bullish or a bearish candle testing the previous resistance on low volume. It's looking good. Sign of strength. Stop loss remains. This is another box scanner. Okay, stop hunt, low volume. Right at our fill. Nice. NTB continues out. Lower volume pullback. XLV uptrend bottom. Surprised we didn't get stopped out on that. The low was 151.76. Wow. XLV was literally pennies away from our stop yesterday. And that's why we put our stops in logical locations with some wiggle room. I'm not going to say it works out every time, but this is testing a pullback on low volume. It looks like it was a stop hunt, and now price is up in pre-market. See what happens with that. AVB is a consolidator. This is another low was at 18369, 183. Wow. Another stock. Another position that went within pennies of the stop. This is interesting. That went into it on high volume, so this may get stopped out. Stop loss remains FISI. High volume. Back to the June 5th candle. Yeah. This may get stopped out. TRV, uptrend bottom. Okay. 307 pre-market. Our target is 309. Dang it. Okay. Really hoping that this fills today. Yeah, this is a high volume candle. I expect this to hit pre-market's 307 and it closed at 306. Let's make sure that's right. Yeah, I would like to get out of this. 309. What's our price target? 309, 454. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this and see if I should just lower it to 309 so we can get out of here, or what. I was 309 yesterday, 309.02. See what happens. Okay. CSX. This is a high tight pullback, but it's looking more like, yeah, okay. Forming a lower low on higher volume right at our fill. We're going to keep the stop in place. UNP continuing to just consolidate. On average volume. Monster. Pre-market, this thing's going up. That is a crazy chart. 93.23, so it's flat pre-market. Just up a little bit. What's this thing? It's up pre-market. 93.60. It's interesting. I'm going to just keep the stop where it's at. That's a logical location. Okay, Nucor. Crazy high volume. This is looking pretty bearish. I'm keeping the stop as is, and it's above our fill. Okay. And then that is a leadership position. Let's see what that looks like. That's just a hold. I need to move this stop up. Lock in some profits there. $247.88. Okay. Why am I doing that? Because we're losing some steam on this. Okay, I feel good about that. Let me update my notes. Okay. One thing I've been playing around with is the box scanner, which is what I've had a few positions on that where I take so for the box scanner, I've picked one strategy that I like on the charts, and I am training a vision model to go through and scan 5,000 charts every morning and return signals on that. We're building this internally, and we will release it to allow the elite members to go in and just create a new strategy based on a chart and scan it and then train the vision model to get better and better as time goes on. We have one interesting play this morning, PCSC, which we actually got filled on that recently. So this is interesting that it comes back again. I think the buy it's getting a little higher. Yeah, that's what's going on. So it was 1169 earlier buy order. Now it's 1180. So a week ago was 1163. So this keeps coming up on our results, which is pretty interesting. So we're further training this, trying to get this codified into a product that's feasible. But price target of 1447, I'd probably lower that to probably 14 just to lock in. But this is looking like a beautiful Wyckoff consolidation play. Been happening since mid-March, and that's the position that we're in here. We're down 3%, but we have the large stop in place, so I'm fine with that. So let's see. Let's go through some tickers real quick of what we're watching. See if there's anything that shows up. I really need to cancel this Novo order because that is not looking good. Starbucks. Might have missed a move on Starbucks, but I'm not too happy with the chart on that, so I don't really want to chase it. Our buy order at Walmart's still there, and you can see price consolidating right underneath it. So we'll see if that gets filled. Video. We have that Google position. Macy's is forming a pullback, lower volume, and this is right at that February 23 level, testing the December 25. Yeah, that is a crucial level. I'm going to put this on the watcher. If this price can show some strength past like 25.80, I'd be okay with that, just to give it a test. And the stop would literally be where this low is. So I'm going to put that on the list. We've been watching Macy's for a few days now. We did not jump in on that Thursday huge bar. We waited for it to come back. We knew from our charting that February 2023 was a key level. If you did not look back in the chart, you'd have no idea. This is why we go through and we put the work in. It went through the March 2024 level. Now it's at the February 2023 level. And if you go back, we have levels going back to December 2021. I don't know why this stock is doing so well considering the consumer narrative going on right now, but again, we don't care. It's all about the charts. GE. Oh, this is Geo. Okay. Geo could be a potential buy. It looks interesting. With a tight stop on that guy. We'll watch it. Okay. So that's what's going on. Let's check the we dumped some money in Q yesterday, so we're up a little bit. But that lower volume's not looking too good. Okay. That's about everything I have. Have a good morning.